Hello everyone, I'm a mess, but today I'm going to make some keto hamburger buns. 1/2 cup of organic oat fiber, 2/3 of a cup of almond flour, 1 1/4 cups of vital wheat gluten, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of sweetener. I'm using this sweetener. 1/2 teaspoon of Xanthan Gum, 1 cup of water, 1 1/2 tablespoons of yeast, active dry yeast, and a little squirt of honey sort of to get the yeast excited. 2 slightly beaten eggs, room temperature. 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Now in this big bowl we're going to add oat fiber, almond powder, vital wheat gluten, the salt, the sweetener, and the gum. So we'll give a good mix. Yeah, that's about right. About between 20 and 21 degrees centigrade. If you want that in Fahrenheit, that'd be around 60 to 70 degrees room temperature. Next, you add all that yeast and that honey. Remember I told you about the honey? We're going to give that a little squirt, not much. Yeah. There we go. Whoop, that's all. Just a little tiny bit. And we'll give this a stir. And then we allow it to sit around. You're going to need one of these kind of mixers. You know, a KitchenAid or something that is what we got, the professional KitchenAid. Because you're going to have to need this for 8-9 minutes. But this is what I use to make my hamburger bun. This is my little mold. Place my rings on top of my rack that is covered with parchment paper. Now I'm going to spray in the inside of all these things with a little bit of cooking spray, which I'm using right here. Cooking spray. We're going to transfer our hamburger buns to rise inside the oven because we're going to put steaming water in here and allow it to rise for 2 hours. Alright, our yeast has proofed. Add butter to the eggs and mix. The next thing we're going to do is add the proofed yeast and the egg butter mixture to this. And then we'll start adding, little at a time, our dry ingredients. We added the yeast mixture and the butter and the eggs. So we added all the dry ingredients, and now we're going to set this thing, mix it a little bit slow, and using my spatula, make sure everything gets into the mix. Do that for about a minute, and then I'm going to put this on for about 7 or 8 minutes and let it mix like crazy. Well, there it is, all kneaded and everything came out so that I can make 8 of these hamburger buns, and I weigh 109 grams for each one. So that's what I'm going to do now, 109 grams. So while I shape these, I'm heating up water because we're going to need steam. So there they are. The hot water is in there. And I time it for about 15 minutes, then I'll change the water again. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, you got to cover these things with saran wrap. I didn't do it in the beginning, but I put it in later. Look how nicely they're rising. Half an hour more, we'll preheat the oven, and then we'll cook these babies. Okay, they're all done rising. We're preheating the oven at 350 degrees, and in a half an hour we'll pop these babies in. Well, we've baked this in a 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes. Let this cool, and then we'll cut it and see what it looks like inside. We pop these babies out, and they're looking pretty good. they're still warm, so I'm gonna wait before I cut them. So this is the finished hamburger bun. I'm gonna cut through it with this knife, like this. And look at that. See that? Look at that. It's very strong to hold that hamburger. Yeah, and this is the way my keto hamburger bun looks when you make a hamburger with it. Yeah.